What birthday ruined all your future birthdays? At my 13th birthday party, my mother gathered our small family around the kitchen table and announced that I was finally old enough to give her the baby she desperately wanted. My mother had me when she was 15 and believed teenage bodies were designed for pregnancy. She'd been trying for another baby since I was 10 but suffered 3 miscarriages. Now 28, she decided her body was too old and mine was perfect. Dad had left 3 years earlier when her baby obsession consumed our lives. After she made the announcement, she presented me with a fertility tracking bracelet, explaining how it would monitor my cycle and tell us the best times for conception. What made it even worse was that she worked as a midwife at the local birthing center and had already arranged for her assistant Jake to be the donor. He was 19. That night, she sat on my bed showing me the nursery she'd been planning in the spare room. She talked about how special it was that I could give her this gift and how I'd go back to being a regular kid after the baby came. I nodded along because arguing with her never worked. She'd just cry about her losses and remind me how much she sacrificed raising me alone. The grooming started immediately. Jake came over for dinner 3 times a week and Mom would disappear into the kitchen, leaving us alone. She bought me makeup and mature clothes, saying I needed to look older for this to work. My bedroom door came off its hinges because we didn't keep secrets in our family. She threw away my stuffed animals and redecorated my room with photos of babies and pregnant women she delivered. I tried telling my school counselor something was wrong but couldn't find the words. How do you explain your mother wants you pregnant at 13? Mom had already told them I was struggling with her recent miscarriage and might say concerning things. She started homeschooling me after that, claiming I needed less stress during this important time. The breaking point came 6 weeks later. Mom drugged my orange juice at dinner and I woke up in my bed with Jake sitting beside me. My shirt was unbuttoned and he looked miserable. He whispered that my mom threatened to report him for inappropriate conduct with a minor if he didn't cooperate. She had fabricated evidence ready to destroy his life. He was gay but terrified she'd out him to his religious family who paid his tuition. I pretended to still be drowsy while Jake told my hovering mother nothing happened yet. When she left to make him tea, he slipped me his phone and told me to text anyone who could help. I messaged my dad with shaking hands, begging him to come get me. Jake deleted the conversation before Mom returned, but Dad had seen enough. The next morning, Mom cheerfully tested my urine for pregnancy hormones while humming nursery rhymes. When it came back negative, she reassured me we'd try again that night. She'd already called Jake to come over earlier. I played along, helping her prepare dinner and acting excited about baby names. Dad arrived with police officers just as Mom was dissolving something into my drink. She stayed calm initially, explaining I was troubled and making up stories for attention. She showed them my journal where she'd forged entries about wanting to get pregnant. The officers seemed uncertain until Jake broke down and told them everything. He showed them texts where Mom threatened him and recordings he'd secretly made of her discussing the plan. Mom's composure cracked when they mentioned arrest. She grabbed my shoulders, saying I was killing my sibling by refusing to help her. She revealed she was pregnant again, but would definitely miscarry without my baby to give her hope. She called me selfish and said her mother had done the same thing for their family. Grandmother had her at 14 to give her own mother a second chance at motherhood. The officers pulled her off me as she screamed about wasted fertile years and evolutionary duty. They found fertility drugs prescribed for me hidden in her midwife bag, along with detailed ovulation charts and conception plans. Jake testified against her in exchange for immunity. During the trial, investigators uncovered something horrifying. Mom had successfully done this twice before with other young girls through the birthing center. She'd helped deliver their babies, then adopted them as a midwife advocating for teen mothers. Those daughters were now in their 20s and too traumatized to testify. Mom got 18 months in minimum security because her lawyer argued she was mentally ill from pregnancy loss. I thought it was over when I moved in with Dad. I started therapy and slowly rebuilt my sense of safety. But last week I got a text from an unknown number. It was a photo of Mom standing outside a middle school 3 towns over. She was talking to a young girl who looked about 12. The girl had the same dark hair and slight build as me and the 2 teenagers Mom had victimized before. The caption read, "Third time's the charm. This one's sister is perfect age too. 2 for 1 special." I recognized the girl from the news. She'd just been placed in foster care with her 8-year-old sister after their parents died in a car accident. Mom was wearing scrubs from a different birthing center and a volunteer badge that read, "Foster Family Mentor." My hands shook as I zoomed in on the photo. Around the older girl's wrist was a silver fertility tracking bracelet identical to the one Mom had given me. Full story on channel, link below.